All right, this will be the Isz Chalice. You're almost done. We have 2 more to go. Refilled the inventory a bit since the lower Loran chalice. We don't use many cocktails or elixirs in this one. I think it's maybe 1 elixir. And thinking about it now, it's 2 elixirs. I know for a fact now. So let's go grab a second elixir real quick. No worries. All right. There's no items we need to grab in this chalice. It's just grabbing levers and fighting the bosses. If you thought we were done with spiders, you can think again. We do see spiders again in Lair 2. Fun room right before the lever. But here we are in Lair 1. We'll run and grab the lamp. Now there's an enemy here on the other side of this door. Be cautious of the timing of when you open it. He could be right in front of it, like that. Let's go ahead and kill him. Be careful about knocking him off the ledge, because he does have a falling hitbox. Here you're going to want to go kind of where that cage is pointing, but that rat is here. He's going to go eventually path back into... He might be aggroed on me, but he's going to path back into his room straight ahead there. I think he sees me though, so... We'll just go. Stay to your left. Stay left again. And stay very far left here. So this enemy will get up. If you run straight in the middle, there is like a hidden teleporter. And it will teleport you, I think, to the rat room. And you don't want to do that. But yes, watch out for him. He will wake up and then go kill the other guy over here just for safety. We'll open the door here. We have these little dudes. Put some bone marrow ash on. You can kill them with bone marrow ash. It's really not necessary. You can run right by them. They're not fast at all. Come up here and just start blasting. Blood bullets, mark out for the full health. And the first boss we see here is the same enemy guarding the lever. Enemies to our right there when we spawn in. We're just going to kind of run for it. It is Brain Sucker again. Just with more HP. You can buff. We have plenty of resources. When I was doing this, I was trying to just be safe and save my resources, so I don't bother with buffing here. It's a pretty straightforward fight. Wait for these openings. It's another good one. Another good one. And just kind of just, you can walk these blasts. Not all that difficult, but sometimes he will just do this for an hour. And just keeps going. And just keeps going. Any day now he will try to hit me. Thank you. Alright, I'm done. Not a big deal. Should be pretty straightforward. Obviously with buffs, you will melt him a lot faster. Head to layer 2. Grab the lamp. We'll go in and head to the left. Oh, there's going to be an enemy. There's going to be a carriage, little carriage. Enemy is hiding behind it. Just go up and kill him so he doesn't follow behind you. The enemy up here. He'll eventually aggro to you. And this is the room where there's spiders. We'll try to, like, one by one. You can see they're hanging from the ceiling. We're going to walk in a little slow right here. Drop one. Drop the other one. One more over here. Grab some cold bloods, some bullets. Really feeling frisky, ring that bell. See what happens. All right. A lot of bullets there. That's nice. We'll go ahead and just, you can put a bone marrow ash on. More rooms with these little guys. You can kind of run by them. Be safe. But well, one bone marrow ash should kill them. If you want to be super safe, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, next up in this layer we have Emissary without the little emissaries. So it's a small room, but luckily we're not dealing with the little dudes as we fight the big one. And the big thing we're gonna do is we're gonna count to 10. You can blast through this guy. It's not, I personally don't recommend it. He has some quick attacks that he can do if you're not paying attention. And we're going to play it real safe. We're just going to, there's like a swipe or a swipe combo that he does. We're going to roll through and just tap R2. They're weak to thrust damage. And we're going to do that 10 times. When he phases, he can cast, you know, the missiles like Ebby casts in her fight. But he usually does it right at the start of phase 2. And once he casts that, it's rare that I ever see that again. So we're actually going to cancel him out of it with 3 throwing knives. So the 10th R, tap R2 should phase him. And then we're going to throw 3 throwing knives. Now I want to wait until, at least for the last knife, I want to wait till he starts casting that move. That way we interrupt it. We don't want to go too early where we maybe interrupt him before he casts it, because then he may go straight into it again. That way you don't have to try to run around strafing the missiles this late in a run. Shout out Donut for figuring the little 3 knife strat out. So that's 2. So that one we want to roll in. And he's swiping from R right. That's a combo that you can trigger by positioning. It's what, 5? I could have done that. Six. Hopefully I'm not miscounting. 7. I might be off by 1. This one should send him, I think. I think I miscounted. But it should be 10 total if you're counting correctly. Oh no, we were counting correctly. Okay. There's 2. And there's the cast. Stagger him out of it. Now we should be good the rest of the fight. Just keep rolling that swipe move, tap R2. You can punish that with an R1 if you feel comfortable. Yeah, not much going on, but we do want to be safe this late in the run. Get a tap R2 on that. That's pretty nice. Third follow-up on that. Nice. There you go. Layer 2 done. It's like, where's my bolt paper? We'll head down to the final layer. This is where I play it safe with the 2 elixirs and a cocktail. So a lot of enemies patrolling in this room. The little emissaries, wolves. So we're gonna pop our elixir. You may run across a lot of traps, but if you keep running, you shouldn't get hit. But we're gonna kind of come up here, cut across here. You see there. There's a group of little emissaries up here. We're gonna go left around them. There's an enemy right here. And a rolling boulder. Check behind you. We're gonna wait here for the elixir to wear off. We want to cast it again, because on the other side of that door, where the rock is falling, is a wolf. So we want to make sure we're fully elixired. So we'll pop it. We'll let the boulder pass, go in, and we'll get ready to throw a punji. He's right there. That would have been GG if we didn't have our elixir on, most likely. Just had some fast reactions. So we go over here and cross this little bridge. Some great wisdom here. And some kin blood. Extra echoes for later. And here should just be this one brain sucker. You know the drill by now. Bone marrow ash. He must have more health. The other ones went down in like 2 shots after the bone marrow ash. I didn't need to heal, but that's alright. Grab the lever, mark out. We are going to go back to the dream here, not to pellet stack on the doll, but we want to have our bone marrow ash refilled for this Ebby strap. Because it's going to be a setup just using bone marrow ash on her head. Setting up a head break. So go ahead and grab 8 of those. So we should have a pellet and bolt paper. That's perfect. So the goal here is we're going to do 7 headshots. 7 headshots. We want the damage. We don't want to do counter damage. We want the damage to be between 13. If you're doing this build, it's going to be between 13 and like 1400 damage, or in the 1400s. If you're doing like 17, it's going to throw off the counting because you'll probably break the head too soon. So we'll go to the left, and I'll explain like which attack I'm not going to shoot on, because it does do counter damage of like 17 to like 1800. We will blood bullet. After the 7th headshot, we will buff and bone marrow ash. And then we'll wait for some good opportunities to get some melee attacks. And a couple melee attacks, 2 to 3, should send her into transition. We'll bone marrow ash the head for a head break. We'll have our pellet and bolt paper on, and a charged 2 charge R2s should finish her off before you even see phase 2, if we've done it correctly. So this, you can start with the ash. You can run straight in and target her head to get the first shot off. So there's 1475, perfect. Find your opportunities to read bone marrow ash and shoot. Recognize that charge attack. Sprinting right is really good. So here, 1328, perfect. This you do not shoot. Just kind of anticipate the charge. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. We're getting good RNG here with no charge attacks. 7. Now we're buffing. So now we actually want the charge attack. It's easier to get the melee attacks on during that. There we go. So we run around here. Our Charger 2, take the visceral. Forgot that part. Charger 2, take the visceral. Now double charge R2, the head. And she's dead. So it ended up being like 2 R1s on like the tail there on the charge. Just kind of run around. She can block you, so you kind of have to get around to her head, shoot it. It'll break the head. Get a charge R2 ready as she falls. Take the visceral and then double charge R2. We'll finish her off. That completes the Isz Chalice, and we're gonna set up the final chalice, and then we're done. So we'll need an opening, so let's go ahead and just remove this. And so for the final one, we need 9 Ritual Blood 5s and 25 Arcane Haze. So we have 0 Ritual Blood 5, so we'll buy 9 here. Look at this, $432,000. Killing the bank there. That's some Arcane Haze. You know, 2 molds are really good for that. For the final chalice, we have 5 elixirs and 1 punji. So go ahead and get 5. We already have 2 punji, so we're fine. I think we'll go ahead and reset our bone marrow ash here. should be able to set the final chalice. And that completes the Isz portion of the chalice run as we get ready for the final chalice with the queen awaiting our arrival.